Well, with me is Peace Proscovia, who was the lady of the march. They just concluded World Cup netball competitions in Sydney, Australia. Peace, thanks for joining me.
Welcome.
Well, Peace, we'll be back home. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's really a pride.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Peace, what do you make of these, the entire game, how it was?
Being there was actually a pride to us as the She-Crane players, and being there alone was also a way of motivating the young upcoming netballers, giving them the morale to keep up with their talent, showing them that netball does not stop here, it takes you to places. And while we were there, the competitions were it was so competitive, very competitive. Crossing the group stages was not easy, first of all, because countries that were highly ranked in the world, some of them like Fiji, could not cross the group stage. They remained within the group stage. So jumping that ladder from number 14, jumping to compete among the best 8 countries in the world was a great step on our side.
Well, of course, Ugandans will be like, would like to understand, at what point did you start to observe the turning point of the game and not being conducive for the She-Cranes?
I started observing that when we had reached among the top 8 teams in the world. First of all, even the group stages seemed tricky, but we put in more effort. We are like, we are not going to remain here. We're going to push on and jump the group stage. One thing at a go. Once we cross the group stage, then we will compete with those big teams in the world.
You were the woman of the march. What went wrong in your layout strategy?
In my layout strategy, what went wrong was I call them some silly mistakes, though, that we committed ourselves in the field, but we never gave up. We pushed on. And first of all, when you look at those top countries in the world, these are people that have played netball from the time they were born, which is not the story here in Uganda. In Uganda, first of all, if you love the game, it's upon you to think that, I think I can play netball, let me go and play netball. But when you look at those countries like Jamaica, you look at Australia, and you look at New Zealand, those girls that are competing at World Cup right now, they were born knowing netball. They have grown up in netball academies. As we study geography, biology, and other course units, for them, they are studying netball.
You've just alluded to the fact that there were those that you would call silly mistakes. What are those? You should share with us. What were the silly mistakes that you see that this wouldn't have done this? Or it was a slip of an eye?
No, there were just some little errors. As being human, we all commit errors at one point. Because you can't wake up tomorrow the same way you woke up today. That's why I call it silly mistakes at one point. Days change. Now with sports, things change.
Were they technical in nature?
They were technical in nature. Yeah, that's why I call them silly. They are technical in nature, and at times it is hard to avoid.
What should be the way forward as now you look up to the next World Cup netball tournament?
The way forward is we shouldn't wait for, parents shouldn't wait for their kids to discover their talent themselves, because from the time you produce a kid, you can know that this kid is talented. We have to support these kids, the young talents, right from nursery to university, to up to the time they leave university, even to their working places. They have to be supported to make them perform to the peak. Well,
thanks, Peace Proscovia, for joining me on our sports segment to discuss with us what transpired and what ought have gone wrong. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but again, we thank the crowd. Yeah, we thank the citizens of Uganda, both within here and in the diaspora. Regardless of things going wrong, they stood by our side. Each time we are playing, even if things are going wrong, I was seeing the Ugandan flag flying all over the field. That was a great joy to my side.
Thanks,
yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.